here in Belfair today at the Hub Center for Seniors with Executive Director Beth Gizzi. Beth, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
Beth, we are here today to talk about the Hub Center and explain to folks in the community some of the great things that you offer to the seniors in our area, as well as kind of preview some of your summer events, because as we said, summer is here and you've got a lot that engages the community, not only the senior community here, but the greater Belfair community. So let's just start with you here at the Hub. You've been doing this for a few years now.
Yeah, I think I've been here at the Hub since 2015. 2016, we got occupancy of the building, and I've been the director now since 2017, I believe. See, it feels like forever.
Sure.
I started volunteering before that. It's just part of me now. I think I love it. So
it really has become not only, as I was mentioning, like a gathering place for the seniors in the community, but while we're doing this interview, the North Mason Chamber is here. They utilize the space, and there's other groups that come here too, right?
Right, yeah, and that's one of the great things. So we have so many things that happen down here. So, you said the chamber, and we have the North Mason Community Voice that meets here. There's a metal detecting club. There's a cemetery district that meets here. There is just so many things. My mind went blank, but we have, funerals and birthdays and celebrations and a time for grieving. It's like so many things that happen in these walls that I think that it really is super important to the community. It's one of the things that you feel the weight of that a little bit when you're the leader of an organization like this, is that you want it to be a touch point for the community, a place where they can celebrate. It's just like your life, you have ups and you have downs, but there's a place that you can go and come together and gather. So we really strive to bring that to people, a place that no matter what their circumstances, they can come here.
And it's not just the building for a meeting place or maybe an opportunity for people just to see each other, in person back again, but it's also the hub for information. You and I were just in here and you were having a conversation about the housing crisis in the community, and seniors and folks rely on you to help provide some information for not only housing options, but food options, clothing options, any necessity kind of runs through here.
Right, yeah, so we do a lot of work. Sometimes, I just had somebody who's helping with taking a look at our overall operations. We always need to outside fine tune. And I said, we just run 3 major programs. We have our Neighbors Helping Neighbors, we have our thrift store, and then we have our programs and activities. And he says, oh, okay. And then part of the way through our conversation, he says, you told me you have 3 programs, but I think you've listed at least 200 in our couple minutes. And I'm like, well, yeah, but they all fit under these.
Right.
So, yeah, we do a lot of things, and I don't know if people know the extent of the seniors in the community. I'd say about 70% of them come down for some sort of resource, which is what we want people to do. Yeah. If they low-cost meal, we have a salad bar option on Mondays and Tuesdays. It's fresh salad, and it's they serve themselves. We have food commodities, so people can get a 40-pound box of food once a month to help supplement their income. They need clothing, household goods. Homeless need tents, sleeping bags. Other nonprofits may need crates or dog clothes or leashes or anything like that. The fire department, we keep them stocked on life jackets. I mean, it's one of the things that there's so many little things that we do that we just do them because we've been doing it for so long, and we kind of see where the needs are in the community and try and help as much as we can. But sometimes we have the needs, like the housing, which is tough. I hate it when a senior comes to talk to me about housing options, because there really is none, and I don't like to give people an answer that's a no. I definitely want to please people and have a happy ending for folks, but like the senior who came in, we have a lot of seniors recently. They're in homes that are they're now valued at a lot more. Yeah. And the owners are either selling the home or they're raising the rent. Most of the times that I've seen, it's at least doubling the rent. Mm-hmm. And you're talking about a senior citizen that may be living on about $700 a month. They don't have the option to go out. They're not in their income earning years. It's not like me and you, like our rent raises or we have more expenses. Like maybe I'm going to go get a side job or something, right? Or I'm going to go drive Uber in my off time. but they don't have that option. They may be disabled, not able to walk. They're facing a lot of challenges that it's not an option, and they're on a fixed income, which really is fixed.
Yeah.
Not to mention they might get penalized for working, right? So, when we have those kind of situations with folks, we work hard to try and find them a solution, but really, housing lists around here are 2 to 5 years out.
Oh my gosh.
So,
Wow.
the solutions are hard to find, but at least we're here to. Sometimes we have a success. I know. It's not all humdrum, right?
No, but you bring up a great point and these conversations have been around the community for a very long time about affordable housing and what can be done, and the lack of progress, especially when you see kind of the end results here on a daily basis, can be frustrating for sure. What are you mentioned the fire office here, North Mason Region Fire Authority, Mason County Sheriff's Office. Who are some of your other partners?
So we partner with PAC, which is People, I'm going to get this massacre their name, People, Animal, Care and Kindness, I think is what they do. They said they do dog food and cat food. I'm sorry, I'm a dog owner, so I just go to dog.
Sure.
But they do pet food supplies here. It's the third Wednesday of the month. They just set up. You can come out and get anything you need for your cat or dog. They do clothing. They give out coupons for discounted vaccines and different things. We work with Crossroads Housing, so they set up in our lobby quite frequently to help people get connected with what housing resources there may be. North Mason Resources, we supply them with sleeping bags, tents, clothing. They give people clothing vouchers, and then they come over here, and then we fill the need for the clothing voucher because we have the clothing, obviously, thanks to the community. We work with them, Peninsula Community Health. I know I'm missing some people. The Hood Canal Salmon Enhancement Group,
Wow.
The library. I guess I could just go on and on. There's
so many.
I don't know who we don't partner with. Maybe that's what
That's
better
good.
question.
You can do that list the next
that.
time. That's great, though, to think about that. And what would you say the population of the seniors versus the rest of the community of Belfair? I guess the question is the help from the rest of the community to support the seniors in the community. Is that's prevalent? People are donating often, and the need is, or the desire to help is there?
Yeah, so I think, we send out, an ask, appeal, for lack of a better term, 3 times a year. People in the community are very generous. We get a lot of checks, a lot of first-time donors too. Every time we send out, I'm like, wow, I thought everyone had given to us. So we do appreciate that, but there's also a need that I think people don't actually know how to get involved. Like, you think it's the old people and you don't know how you can help. I think everybody wants to help, but how you actually do it. And so, like right now, especially with the rain sun that we've had, like the lawns are out of control for people, right? You may mow it last week, it's ready to mow 2 days later, right?
Yeah.
So we always have those kind of needs for seniors, and cleaning out gutters before we get into the winter time, stacking wood, delivering wood. Beaver's Firewood is one that they will give us as much wood as we need for seniors who need it.
Wow.
We just need to provide the labor to go pick it up and then stack it at their home. So those are the tasks that maybe minor home repairs as well too. So maybe there's a few floorboards going out in a deck that is, maybe just a nuisance to me or you, but it could be a real tragedy for a senior citizen. Maybe they need grab bars installed. So those are the kind of requests that we get. They're not anything like gigantic usually. We do some large projects. We did 4 or 5 really large projects, including roofs last year. But we have a lot of little tasks that, I think most anybody would be able to do. I think people, maybe there's they just don't understand that you could just call down and once you sign up, it doesn't mean that we're going to call you every second and you got to be mowing yards every single weekend through the whole entire summer. Maybe you just commit and say, hey, I have enough time to mow, 2 yards this summer. And these are my hours. And, maybe not. And so it's just so you could just do a little commitment, and that makes a large difference in the community as a whole.
So it's not just about donating clothes or donating dollars, but even donating just an hour or 3 here and there to do tasks that you two might be doing around your house, whatever you do around your house is something that you can help someone else in the population.
Right, right. And then also being aware of your senior neighbors, you know. If you have a neighbor that's a senior, I know sometimes in Mason County that's a little hard because our neighbors are so far spread apart that we may not know them as well, but maybe there is one that you're going to clean out your gutters. You know, chances are they probably need their gutters cleaned out as well, right? So just building relationships within the community. It doesn't always have to come through like the hub, but we do have a list of needs. We always have a list of needs. I meet with my Neighbors Helping Neighbors coordinator once a week, and she gives me the needs that have not been able to be filled, and then I try my very best to fill those needs. So every week we meet, and every week there's a list. So I guess you could just say we always need volunteers.
Come on down to the hub.
Right.
The other reason to come down to the hub are for the great events you do, and you always have a lot of fun. You put on some fun ones. What's coming up through the summer? So
through the summer, I feel like we perfected the outdoor event because of COVID. That was one great thing that happened. I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying our events are perfect by any means, but you got to figure it out. We got it figured out. We know what we're like. Okay, outdoor event. This is what we do. So. We have coming up, I guess in order, July 23rd, we have a trunk sale. I think it's called Junk in Your Trunk, and you can rent a parking spot for $5 and sell all your husband's stuff that you don't think he needs,
right,
or
it's a
vice
great
versa,
idea.
or maybe it was the crafts that you made during COVID, or kids' clothes that you sold out of. But we're hoping to have
a fun idea.
Yeah, we're gonna have some, half price in the store that day, and some miscellaneous other fun things going on. So that's a good one to come down to. That's from 9 to 2 on the 23rd.
Okay.
And then we have on July 30th, this is a first-time event for us. We're excited. We're doing a food truck throwdown in the parking lot. So it's food trucks and non-food vendors in a booth.
Okay.
So if you don't have a truck, but you make a great hamburger or whatever, you can just do the booth. We also have spots for non-food vendors, just for, whatever you may do.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And we're going to have some prizes, of course, because it's a throwdown.
Sure.
So best food truck, best food booth, and most unique vendor. We will have live music. I believe it's the Wagoneers that are playing. I know I should know that, but it's the Wagoneers.
Okay.
They're playing. And so we're going to have a beer and wine garden and some sort of alcoholic beverage as well.
And this is a good parking lot for that.
Yeah, we have a lot of room.
This will be fun.
Yeah, it should be really fun. Admission is just going to be $5 to come on in, and a lot of fun. It's going to be an all-day, mostly all day. That's from 1 to 6 event that day. So we're looking for vendors, and we're looking for people to come down and eat some great food and have a couple drinks and mingle. So July 30th on that one.
Very nice. What else you got?
I've got August 13th. We have our Summer Bash featuring the Pinewood Derby, which is one that we have done. Oh, maybe this is our 4th year. So we've done the Pinewood Derby in partnership with the American Legion. Okay, yeah, that's another one that we partner with, and that meets here that I spaced out. But so we started with the Pinewood Derby originally. That was American Legion's, and they ran it on site, and it was just such a fun event because I don't know. Have you ever built a Pinewood Derby?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, me too, and I still love to build one. So it was such a fun event that we had so many people that did it. So we have kind of expanded on that event. So now we have workshops that lead up to it. So you can just bring down your block of wood. We have kits available here. I think they're $8 each. And people got the saws, American Legion's here, and they'll cut it up for you. You can paint your car. You could do all the dirty work down here if you want. And then get it ready for race day. We always have the weights and everything to get it all right. And then we have the race. It's an all-day thing because, there's different heats and ages.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's super fun. And the prizes for, like most unique and all of those things. And that's 10 to 2 on that day.
So will you have old scouts and young scouts competing next to each other?
Yes.
Oh, that's got to be great.
It's really fun. And then because we started with just that, and now we built an event around it because people need something else to do if you're down here all day. So we have quite a few things going on. I think we have the metal detectors club coming down. You can practice some metal detecting. I think there's some mining. We have some water balloons. I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about that. Petting zoo. Thanks to the Hartstein Island Equine Club.
Wow.
There's various arts and crafts. There's going to be food. The fire department's coming down that day. I believe they're supplying the hot dogs again.
Yeah.
They did our happening, I think that event had so many people. There was over 500 families that came to that.
Wow.
So it was pretty large. So that's what we got planned that day. That is a free event.
Okay.
Free to the community. Just come on down. Oh, tie-dyeing shirts. That was another one that we're doing that day.
Wow. Busy.
So that will be a big fun one. That's August. Did I say August 13th? I'm sorry. That was August 27th.
You don't need to hide your
I'm a 1 to
notes.
4. I don't know why I'm hiding my notes. And then, what else do we have? Crafter Noon. That's a really fun event. That's on Wednesdays. And it's the first and third Wednesday. And we started doing that because in the summer, the very first summer we were open, there was a lot of seniors that were down here, and they were doing Zumba or Tai Chi or whatever else, they had class they came to. And I noticed in the corner, there's the kids on their tablets or their iPads or whatever else, electronics, and they were kind of sitting there. And I just thought, we have this great space, and the seniors are having a good time, but there are a lot of times in the summer, they're like the caregivers, and God bless Grandma and Grandpa.
Yeah,
I know my Grandma and Grandpa are watching mine right now. So it's summer and stuff, so God bless Grandma and Grandpa to help. So I just thought we could do better. So, we started with some puzzles and some crowns, and we kind of expanded. And then I'm like, hang on a second, a lot of the things we do down here are like all ages. So we got with the instructors and said, tell me, in your class, what is the age, what's appropriate? So we found out, this one could be 7 and up, or 10 and up, or 2 to 222. That's one of the ones. So we, maybe rock painting, anybody can do it.
Yeah.
So in the summer months, we really try hard to create content down here that is open to many ages. So there's meaningful things for people to do. So Grandma and Grandpas can bring people down, or mom and dad, or whoever, aunts and uncles. Families look different these days, right?
Yeah.
They can bring people down to do something that's not sitting in front of the TV or watching that TikTok or Snapchat, or nothing against those things.
However they work.
Whatever that talking thing, TikToking. So that's on Wednesdays, and that's the first and third Wednesday, and it is 3:30 to 5. There's a different craft every single time. Some of them are the Pinewood Derby cars. So
very cool.
Yeah, so that's some of the fun. And then we have Family Bingo. That's the third Friday of every month, and it's always themed. We've been selling out quite a bit, so we always recommend people buy their tickets on Eventbrite in advance. You can buy single tickets, or you can buy out a whole table. That's always a really, really fun afternoon. It starts at 6:30, and there's total junk food to eat for the family, pizza and hot dogs and all that good stuff.
And you have your troll and your dauber.
Your troll and your dauber and whatever else. I think we did beach theme this last week, but it's always something fun. And we always have some giant stuffed animal that your kid can win and take home, and the parents give us a look like, great,
thanks for this one. What's the Hub's website?
Oh, we're hubhappenings.com.
Hubhappenings.com.org. We're here in Belfair at the Hub Center for Seniors, and I'm with Executive Director Beth Gizzi, as they have always got fun things going on, lots to do for all ages here at the Hub. It's happening here at the Hub. Right?
It is happening.
It's good to see you.
It's really good to see you too. I always like it when you stop by.
It's fun. It's nice up here.
Yeah, thank you.
Awesome.
We did it. Ta-da! Except for I don't know my website. So I'm happy.